Hey, Donald Miller here. It is Monday, and I believe it is, I don't know, it's somewhere May 2021, somewhere in that area. But I'm answering a question from RH, okay? And RH asked me to do a video about the stigma of the trades amongst his friends, and how the trades are looked down upon or whatever. And that can't be farther from the truth, okay? The same stigmata was with me, that I was supposed to go to college, and I wasn't supposed to go into the trades originally. I went to college for a year, and I immediately dropped out. My skill level is in my hands, so it's not just thinking wise. It has to do with what I physically can produce. All right, and that's how it's been for a little bit. Like in the 90s, I was in VOTech, okay, and tech was used as like a babysitter for the delinquent children. I don't know why, but for some reason, VOTech became like a dumping ground for anyone that couldn't be molded into a proper high school student. Okay, and was in the 90s. All right, and then it became, the trades were good for anyone unemployable, meaning if you had a drinking problem or whatever, they would dump you into the trades. Okay, you get a job there. And it's still to this day, there's a portion of our trade that is the unemployables. Okay, and you hire one, and they come and they go. All right, but there's a whole other side to the trade. Okay, and this is the artisan side. This is the true craftsmen, the ones that are really good at what they do. And there's not a lot of them out there. Okay, so we might be talking about the top 10% or the top 15% that get mastered, that have a master's license, that are really good and made let's just say the electrical industry their career. All right, and you can be a master electrician and only do low voltage. It doesn't mean you're doing big wires. Like, I'm a master electrician, and I specialize in knob and tube. It's what I walk into a knob and tube house, and what that means is I can rewire that house with little damage. Okay, and I do quality work while I do it. So I can go in there and I can spec out the job. I know how many labor hours it's going to take, what type of guys need to be on it, the difficulties of it. Just by doing a little walkthrough, I can tell you everything about the house. It's because of the amount of hours I spend inside the home, okay? And if you devote that many hours to one area of the trade, you're going to become mastered in that area, okay? At least if you purposely do it, okay? If you're just trying to find a job and you find a job doing knob and tube, I've literally seen knob and tube rewires done by the same guy for 2 years and the quality not improve. It's because it's just a job to him, okay? If you really want to become good at this trade, you have to apply yourself to become good. You have to focus on the quality and focus on the best parts of the trade. For that individual, the ones that focus on getting better and producing a quality product, the trades are producing an income that is far greater than some college degrees. All right? If you're a skilled artisan in the electrical trade right now, you can make $100,000 a year, okay? There's attorneys that have law degrees that aren't making $100,000 a year, all right? And 100's not the top. There's more to grow from there. It just depends on how much you apply yourself to be the best in the field, to show up early every day, to act accordingly. The guys that just show up to work and put their 8 in, or they skate an 8, so they go and hide in a corner and they get their 8-hour paycheck. Those guys they'll get paid okay, but they're not gonna benefit from this boom. If anything, they'll take advantage of it and act more like a jackass. Okay, the trades are hurting for skilled artisans so badly that the ones that become it today are the next millionaire class. All right? And you can do the math. Everyone's going to college, and everyone thinks a college degree is the answer. Well, if 100 kids go and get a college degree, and only 10 become master electricians, law of supply and demand is going to tell me those 10 electricians are going to make as much money as they want to make. All right? That's where the trades are at. Everyone is running to college, and no one's going to vocational school. If you put the booze down, put the weed down, and go to vocational school, and do, like, even after vocational school, it takes a while to get really good at electric. You're gonna have to devote 4 years of your life to learning the trade. But when you become a mechanic, you're gonna have an opportunity to make a decision on how much money you want to make. And it's going to be based on, are you willing to go to sleep early during the week? Are you willing to show up early? Are you willing to take the responsibility of the job on? There are investors all over the place looking for guys that want to be mature and take the responsibility on. Doesn't matter if it's low voltage, high voltage, line voltage, residential, commercial. The trades are in need of people that are responsible, educated, and know how to run a crew. All right. And the more you devote yourself to learning that, the more profitable you will become. Because for every one of an artisan, he can run up to 10 guys underneath of him, maybe even more. All right. That's where we're at. So for all the people that want to think the trades are don't go to trade school, or why aren't you going to college? There is a huge opening in the trades to produce that'll produce an income you can't imagine right now. So this stigmata that the trades are for, losers or alcoholics only, or guys that can't go to college, that's not true. Okay? There is a huge demand for knowledgeable mechanics. Okay? Guys that know what they're doing, $30 an hour, $40, $50 an hour, $60 an hour. And we're talking about, they're not breaking knuckles and getting bloody all day long to earn that income. They're just applying the trade correctly, and they've built value. Okay, let's put it this way: a quality foreman, if he runs the job correctly, it saves days off that job. So if a job was supposed to take 3 weeks, and it only takes 2 weeks with a quality foreman, some jobs cost thousands of dollars to keep open every day. So for a person that can run that job efficiently and get that job done on time, that position is very valuable. And this trade is in need of those positions. Okay, we don't need another jackass pretending to be an electrician with 2 tools in his pocket. Okay, we need guys that are taking this trade seriously, that are going to devote themselves to this trade and be the bosses of all these jackasses out here. Okay, they're the guys that this trade needs right now. So if you're entering this trade, this is probably one of the best times to ever enter this trade. I would 100% devote yourself to your apprenticeship. From everything from sleeping, not going out during the weeknight, to who you're learning this trade from, learn proper installation methods, and set yourself up. Okay? And you'll take over this trade. That's where we're at as far as the stigmata is concerned. If guys want to go to college, let your friends go to college. Like all my friends went to college, and yes, they laughed at me that I was going to be what I was going to be. Okay, and they're like, "Oh, stay in school. Don't go and work for a living. Well, I'm glad I didn't pay attention to them then, and I'm sure they're saying stuff now, but we don't need to get into that. Okay, it's this. My success is the best revenge you can possibly have, if that's the way you want to look at it. Okay, but yes, this trade is a dumping ground, and there is a stigmata towards certain people in the trade. But there's another side to that coin, and it's worth its weight. All right, so if you're entering the trade, there's a huge, I can only do it like huge. There's a huge difference in income from a mechanic to an artisan. All right, and there's a big difference in quality too. But if you're thinking about joining this trade, it's amazing. Jump right in. God bless. I hope this answered that question. Take care. Bye-bye.